In this video, I'm going to give you 7 quick fixes that any author or creative selling a product can make to your social media, to your website, and a couple other platforms to boost your marketing this year. Now, none of these are life-changing ideas where you're going to have suddenly sold thousands of books or thousands of your product, but these are little fixes that I see whenever I'm auditing creatives' websites or their social media platforms. And they're just little fixes that I think really make a difference in your marketing, as well as just looking professional and putting your best foot forward. So let's just dive straight into the 7 fixes. The first one is going to be something that I see often on Instagram, and it's understandable because I think it's more commonly known at this point, but there wasn't really a big announcement about the change. And that is that Instagram a while back increased the amount of characters that you can put in the name section of your profile. And this name section is searchable. So if you've ever been looking for a service provider, I don't know about you, I look for photographers in my area often. And if I search for example, Columbus photographer on Instagram and look at the profiles that come up, it's going to show me people that have the words Columbus and photographer in the name section of their Instagram profile because that section is searchable. And so as creatives, as authors, as someone selling a product, we should be doing the exact same thing on our profiles as well for people who are looking for romance authors, or maybe they're searching for thriller books or financial books, for example. And so if you have those keywords in your name, your account is more likely to pop up in search. So you're going to go to your Instagram profile, click edit profile, and in that name section, add some keywords next to your name. Things that people are really searching for. Don't really use obscure terms or acronyms. Make sure it's things that your audience would really be looking for. So for example, on my Instagram profile, SHELBY Lee Poetry, I have my name, I have a divider line in between so it separates the name from my keywords. And I have a couple of my themes listed that I write about. So I know that my audience is very focused on self-love and mental health, and they might be looking for quotes or poetry on those topics. So I have those keywords in my name. You will want to add the same to yours. It doesn't have to be as long as mine. It can just be one genre or one theme or one product name. But again, thinking about something that your audience is searching for will be very helpful for this. So that is the first quick fix that I recommend you make on your Instagram profile if you don't already have those keywords in your name. The second one is going to be, we just started a new year. It is a fresh year to focus on your goals. And so I want you to go to each of your social media platforms and make sure that your call to action is aligned with what your biggest goal for the year is. So if you are strictly focused on sales, on getting traffic to maybe your Amazon listing or to your product page on your website, that should be where your link directs to. Make sure it's easy for your audience to find it and click it and get to where they need to be. And the last line of your bio on social media should be a clear call to action directing people to take that action. So if you want people to check out your Amazon book, then check out my book on Amazon can be an easy call to action to use. You can also make this more specific for your genre. So if you're writing fantasy, maybe it's dive into the world of blank, maybe character name, maybe the name of the world that's in your fantasy book, and then that link will direct them to that fantasy book. So you can make it a little bit specific to your genre or to your industry. Make sure it's still clear and people can tell where they're going to. If it's too obscure, people won't take that action because they're not sure what it is. So definitely make sure it's clear. If you are offering a freebie for your newsletter, make sure that that is bold. It is clear that they are getting a free short story, a free novel, whatever the genre is, make that clear as well so you're only attracting the right people, the right readers. But a lot of times we'll set our bio, we'll kind of forget it, we'll set up a link tree and kind of forget to reorganize our link tree based on our priority, or we'll keep adding links and not removing outdated links. And soon there's 20 links there and it's kind of overwhelming for your audience. So the clearer you can make it for your audience, the better. The third quick fix that you should do for this year is to go into your calendar, whether you use a physical planner or a Google Calendar or something connected to your email, set up a monthly automatic reminder to go in to your social media and check your analytics on a monthly basis, review what has worked well that month, what has not worked well that month, what were your low performing posts that didn't really drive traffic. You can look at individual posts. On Instagram, it'll show you how many profile visits did I have after this post? How many link clicks did I have from this post? How many new followers did I get from this post? And take a look at what your top performing content was. You can do the same with your Instagram stories. Which ones got the most clicks? Which ones got the most views? How can I replicate that again this month? This is just a great thing to have in your calendar so you don't forget, so you can always rely on those analytics because they tell us so much information about what we are doing well and what we aren't that we can use for our future social media content. Now, if you want social media content handed to you monthly that you just personalize and post, done for you video templates, done for you graphics, professionally designed, and fill in the blank caption templates, I highly recommend that you check out the Creatives Content Club. When this video goes live, it is open for new members, and we're only open to new members for a few times per year. So I will link it in the description. It is marketingbyshelby.com/club will take you to the sign up page for the club. And inside you get that done for you monthly content plan I mentioned, monthly masterclasses, an entire social media course that is being added to monthly, and access to our private Facebook group where I am in there every single week answering your marketing questions, doing live Q&As, and reviewing your social media content every single month. So it is very hands-on. It is an all-in-one marketing membership for creatives. If you are an author, if you are an artist, a musician, someone selling a creative product, this is the membership for you. And we're only open a few times a year, so I want to make sure that you check it out if you are interested. And again, I will link that in the description of the video. Let's switch gears to talk about websites instead of social media, because there are a couple quick fixes that I want you to make sure you have on your website this year. The first one is a favicon. What this is a little symbol that is next to the name of your website in a browser. So if you've ever gone to really any website, they will have their logo appear next to the name in a new tab. So if you go to google.com, the little G logo will appear at the top of your browser. That's what that is, but it defaults to just a generic box, like a gray box, if you don't personalize this. And if you are going to the efforts to have your own website for your business and have your own domain and you've purchased hosting for your website, then this is just a tiny step that a lot of people miss and they don't set up. And whenever I go to a website and see that just that gray box, it doesn't give me that branding. It doesn't remind me if I have a bunch of tabs open, okay, this is this person's website, let me go back to that. So that's why it's really important. It's just a tiny little thing. But if you have a logo created for your business, it can just be your logo. Or you can whip something up quickly in Canva that represents maybe your initials if it's your author website, or just a little icon that represents your brand. And this can go a long way for branding purposes, getting people familiar with your brand, your colors, your icons, your logo really goes a long way with building that familiarity and trust and loyalty with your customers. So it's a little thing in your website settings. There should be a favicon setting. You can search for it with whatever website host you are using. And you typically just upload your photo that you want to be your favicon. It might take a couple days to load. And then anytime someone visits your website, it is fully branded. The next recommendation for your website this year, if you do not have a clear product page that lists out your products where people can shop in one place, see what you have to offer, I highly recommend doing that. It's kind of like a portfolio. If you're an artist or a photographer, you might have a portfolio page where people can view all of your work. Even authors should have a page like this that you could break up by genre if you're writing in different genres, break it up by series if you have multiple different series. But really, this is a place that people can come to see, okay, I have this book. What else does this author have? And scroll through and see, cover photos, a quick blurb of the book or the series, and then a clear link to go make the purchase, whether it's on your own website or through Amazon or another retailer. It's a little thing that shouldn't take too long to set up, but make sure that you keep it updated as you release new books or new products so that all of your amazing offers are in one place and are easy to find. Next up is mostly going to be for authors, and that is setting up your Amazon author page, or updating it if you haven't been in there in a while. This is author.amazon.com. It is a free tool where you can set up your Amazon author page with your profile picture, with your author bio. That way on your Amazon book listings, your name and your bio is showing up there in the About the Author section. Whenever I'm scrolling through an Amazon book listing and see that that part is missing and it just shows a gray box for the author and there's no bio, it makes me a little sad because it's such a great opportunity to tell your readers about you and who you are, and even put a face to the name, which again builds that familiarity. When people see another person's face and can make that connection, it can really go a long way. But there are even other tools in the Amazon author page as well that are really helpful. You can see how many followers you have on Amazon. So readers might be following you and then they'll be notified when you have a new book out. So I like to see that that number is increasing and encourage people to follow me on Amazon. They have marketing tools, like you can view all your customer reviews, all your sales reports through the book scan. You can view your current rankings. So it's a really helpful tool that I definitely recommend that you just check in on. If you set up one a while ago and haven't updated your bio, go ahead and update it for your most recent release. So as readers are looking at your Amazon listings, they can see in the About the Author section that you have a new book out. So it's a really great marketing tool. I hope these quick fixes are something you're going to tackle this week on your marketing journey. They are little things that can go a long way with your social media, with your website, and with your Amazon listing pages. Along the same lines, there are 5 things I think every author and creative should have this year for success. I talked about them in this video, so if you haven't watched it yet, I definitely recommend checking it out. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Have a great week.